Hello, Eminent Studios here, and today, with the release of the new Spider-Man Miles Morales game, obviously that was a few days ago I'm recording this video, but in excitement of that, I thought I'd do a top 10 Spider-Man suits, um, just talking about some of the top 10 Lego Spider-Man suits that I would like to see in Lego form. Some of these I'm guarantee you're going to agree with me on. Some of these I don't know. So just tell me what you guys think of my list, and tell me which ones that would you swap out, or if you have a completely different list, just tell me what it is. So the first suit that I want to talk about is actually the Sam Raimi black suit, otherwise known as the symbiote suit from the original Spider-Man trilogy. And this one was actually a really cool one. I remember seeing this one on TV. I think this was a really cool suit. This was actually the first Spider-Man film I had ever seen, like ever. Anything related to Spider-Man, this was the first one that I had actually seen when I was growing up. So it does have a special place in my heart. I really love the black suit. I think it took the red and black, the red and blue suit, it took that one and spiced it up with black, which I personally like this one. A lot of people, I feel like this one is a little underrated. I really like it for whatever reason. It appeals to me. I really love the web design on it. It looks great, in my opinion. And I think it would go right along with making a new red and black, or red and blue one, excuse me, would go hand in hand with this one, as well as a wrestler. The wrestler minifig would also be a really cool one. I don't know if they would actually go that far, but it definitely is a thought that I think would be pretty cool. So the next one that I have is the Future Foundation suit. Now this is actually one that we have seen in Lego form on a video game. The original the original Marvel superheroes. That one was a really good game. I actually thoroughly enjoyed playing that one. And the Future Foundation suit was in that, and I thought, wow, that's a really cool suit. And I've seen the suit before, but it looks pretty good in Lego form, actually. And basically the story behind this one is this is actually made with an unstable molecule, and basically it can camouflage. It doesn't get dirty at all. It can swap colors from basically everything that's white on it can turn black, and vice versa or whatever. So it's definitely a really cool suit, and this was actually designed by Reed Richards when Spider-Man took the place of the Human Torch. So it's a pretty cool suit. I really like the the unstable molecule aspect of it. That just sounds cool in my opinion. So Future Foundation, we have seen it in Lego form on a game, so this one I personally think wouldn't be too terribly hard to actually put in a Lego set. And it's just a really cool one. So next one is what I'm going to call the Mark 1 armor. It's also one of the first Spider-Verse characters that we see. And basically, the Mark 1 armor, as you can see here, is a really cool suit. I actually really love how they did it in the PS4. It looks really clean, looks really great. I love the chrome on it. The chrome metal looks great. And this with the black, it looks really good. In my opinion, it looks really clean. And overall, it's a really cool suit, in my opinion, and probably one of my favorite suits that alternate suits that he has. I'd say it's probably my favorite armor too. I do like the Mark III and the Mark IV. The Mark IV is definitely cool, but I think this is probably my favorite one because it's just nostalgic and it looks really cool. And it was actually part of the original Spider-Verse, So the next one is Superior Spider-Man, also one that we saw in the original Marvel Superheroes game. And basically the story behind this one is Otto Octavius takes the place of Spider-Man by transferring his mind into Peter Parker's body. So basically Peter Parker had to go in Otto's body, and I'm pretty sure he actually does die. It's a very confusing comic, but and kind of unfortunate, but it's a really cool comic, and I really love the idea of the Superior Spider-Man. And again, this is one that we see in the Lego game, so it's already kind of a made one. All they have to do is take take that figure and print on it. Again, much like the Future Foundation suit. A really cool suit, though. I really love this one. It's when I first saw this one in Lego form, I thought, well, that would look really good. That looks really clean. So it's definitely one I would love to see, and definitely one that I personally think we should get sometime in the future. So maybe even with like a regular Spider-Man or something, or maybe with like an Otto Octavius, that would make a lot of sense. So the next one is SpiderMan UK. Also one that we do see in PS4, also one that we do see in a Lego game. It's actually in the Marvel Superheroes 2 game, which is a decent game. It's okay. I don't like it near as much as the Avengers, but it's definitely a good one. And I like the fact that they did throw in Spider-Man UK. He's definitely a cool alternate version of Spider-Man. I love how they did the suit. It looks really clean, and the PS4 version definitely gives it a pretty good look. I think it's very basic. It just has basically it's all blue, and then with like a spider on the back, and then with some webbing, with the United Kingdom symbol. So or whatever you want to call it. I'm not from the UK, so I don't know. But it definitely is a really cool suit. I would love to see this one as an alternate version. Basically, this is actually one of the alternate variants of Spider-Man from a different universe where Spider-Man's actually in the UK. So that's pretty cool. So the next one is the homemade suit. And the homemade suit's actually a really cool one. I really love the homemade suit. I think it's definitely one that was really cool to see in Spider-Man Homecoming again. And I personally thought that we would get this one in one of the Spider-Man Homecoming sets. Unfortunately, we didn't. But there's still room for this. Now, there is actually there is a rumored version of this that is not completely finished, I don't think so. But it's definitely one that I think we should get the direct version from Far From Home and Homecoming. So it's definitely a cool suit. I would really love to see it done in Lego form. And it's just, again, it's a really cool one. So another one from the MCU, we have the Far From Home suit. And the Far From Home suit probably is my favorite one that we've seen in the MCU. It just looks really cool, and it's actually very accurate to the original appearance of Spider-Man. The very first original appearance he was actually black and red instead of blue and red. So I really like this suit. I think the fact that we didn't see it in the character pack was really unfortunate. I would have loved to see it in the character pack, which I actually just got. And it's kind of unfortunate not to see the Far From Home suit in any of this Far From Home sets. I thought we would have gotten it out in one at least, and we didn't. So that's kind of stupid in my opinion. I definitely think we should have seen it. So, but yeah, moving on to almost our last one, we have the 2099 white suit. So the 2099 white suit, if you don't know, is actually more or less an armor. It's basically made by Peter Parker when there's a collapse in the dimensions, and basically 2099 Spider-Man ends up going to the 616 universe, and then that 616 universe, Peter Parker makes him this new awesome armor, more or less an armor. And it looks really cool. It actually has rocket boots and stuff like that. So it's a very high-tech suit, and I really love it. I actually think it's really cool, and seeing it in Spider-Man PS4 was pretty cool. I really love the white suit. It's definitely one of my favorite ones, favorite alternate versions of Spider-Man that I would absolutely love to see. Next one is also one that was rumored to come out in one of the Spider-Man sets this year. This is the Spiderpunk Suit, which basically, it's a pretty cool one. I actually really like it. And I believe this is one of the alternate versions where Spider-Man's a rock star type of guy. He has Converse and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting suit, but I would really love to see it done. I think it's a pretty awesome one in my opinion. I wouldn't not mind seeing this one done in Lego form. And again, it was rumored, and we could possibly still get this sometime, and especially soon. I think we could get it pretty soon. It would not be one that I would be mad to have. I think this would be actually a really cool one to get. So the next one and the last one is the Kane Parker Scarlet Spider Suit. The Kane Parker Scarlet Spider suit is actually a really, really cool one. It's black and red, and Kane Parker is actually one of the clone versions of Spider-Man. The other Scarlet Spider is, of course, the Ben Reilly version, which is a pretty cool one, very 90s-esque with the Ben Reilly one, but still a really cool suit. The Kane Parker one, I really would love to see. It's very different. He also has like the Wolverine type claws that come out of him, which is pretty interesting. So, yeah, but that is going to sum it up for my list. I'm sorry for the lack of Miles Morales suits. If you do want to see a separate video on the Miles Morales suits, be sure to go check those out. I also did forget to mention that this was in no particular order, nor was this going to have any Miles Morales suits, or it was also not going to have any of the suits that we have been leaked. So any leaked images that I've seen, which I'm not going to put on this video just because I believe it's technically not legal, or it's technically not allowed anyway, I decided not to put those pictures on. So if you do want to go look at those, go look at them, but I'm not going to show them here. And you're probably thinking, yeah, there's some suits that I might miss, like the Big Time suit. That's actually one of the rumored ones, as well as a Spider-Man Miles Morales with like the hood and whatnot, the jacket, also one of the rumored ones. So there's a couple of rumored ones that I did not mention here, so just keep that in mind. Anything that I have seen leaked, I did not put on here just because we kind of already know we're getting that. If it's been leaked and we've had good pictures, or not necessarily good pictures, but we have pictures of them in a catalog, so I think it just makes sense for me to not have to put those in there. So, but I hope you guys agree with my list, and if you don't, just put down what you guys would like to see. A lot of these suits are pretty cool in my opinion, and I think some of these we could see in like the next few years. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have to see you guys in the next one.